Dear friends in Jesus Christ, today we are in the 27th Sunday year C. The Gospel of today is taken from St. Luke chapter 17 and verses from 5 to 10. The Gospel text of today begins with the request of the apostles to Jesus, increase our faith. Lord, increase our faith is the greatest request as well as a wisest request. Jesus uses this occasion to teach them the works of faith. He replies, if you had faith like a mustard seed, you could say to this mulberry tree, be uprooted and planted in the sea, and it would obey you. At the time of Jesus, it was common belief that the roots of the mulberry tree were extraordinarily strong. It was thought that these trees could stay rooted for around 600 years. So this mulberry tree was one of the strongest tree. Citing this strong tree, Jesus tells, if you have little faith, you can even move this strong tree and plant it on the sea. We all know how impossible or difficult to plant a tree in the sea, but Jesus tells that little faith can do it. Now we may begin to ask, what is faith? What do we really mean by faith? Faith is a response to God. God who is speaking to us, God who is guiding us, God who is accompanying us, God who is protecting us, God who is forgiving us, God who is loving us. So faith is our response to this God. In order to have faith, we must first listen to God and conscious of his action in our life. Faith is not just believing, but faith is an action. Dear friends, how authentic our faith is. How is our faith expressed in our action? The second part of our reflection is on the request of the disciples, Lord, increase our faith. What do we do if we want to increase our physical strength, or if we want to increase our wealth, or if we want to increase the number of friends, or if we want to increase one of our skills? What do? We will give more time on it. Most of the time we will be practicing it, focusing on it and thinking about it. More importantly, we will make it as our priority. So to increase our faith, we must make faith as our priority. Disciples made the request to Jesus to increase their faith immediately after hearing the teachings on forgiveness. And after the request, Jesus continues to teach them on carrying out their duties with humility, without expecting any honor or acknowledgement. Thus, to increase our faith, we need to grow in our capacity to forgive others, in our capacity to live in humility. Ability to forgive and the ability to live in humility are the two characteristics the world is slowly forgetting. Everyone is expecting others to forgive. Forgiveness is seen as part of being failure. Actually, one needs tremendous courage and faith to forgive others. Virtue of humility is also seen as defeated and lost. But it needs tremendous faith to live in humility. Only a person who is content with oneself can live the virtue of humility. person who depends on God is the content person. Faith is our response to God. Being humble and forgiving can be our response to God. So, to increase our faith consciously, we need to be more generous in forgiving others and practicing the virtue of humility. Let us ask in this Eucharist, Lord, increase our faith. Amen.